Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Assassin's Creed Mirage playthrough. I'm going to take you through the beginning of the game, and you're going to experience Basim's story from his humble beginnings to becoming a master assassin. Throughout this gameplay, I will be playing on hard difficulty. Let's get into the introduction and start a new game. At this point, I'm going to need...
You asked me once about this memory. I lied.
William Miles, Desmond Miles' father. I'm going to mute the microphone so you can have the introduction.
But this man lived many lives, and he has much to teach us. Of course, when he came to us, he was little more than a common thief, scrambling to survive on the streets of Baghdad, dreaming of a better future.
I'll add some commentary here and now.
Not just for himself, but for all
Controllers
those
ready?
who saw suffering on the margins. For while he lived in a golden age, at
That's
the
right.
heart and the height of the Abbasid Caliphate,
Yep.
scratch its gilded surface and you'd find a rot beneath. The Order of the Ancients fought to rise and spread their cruelty through the land. The Hidden Ones, as we were known then, resisted. Striking at our enemy from the shadows, an eternal struggle. Centuries ago, he was at its heart.
That's right.
Basim ibn Ishaq. He honored the creed. He challenged it. So must we. We have it in all of us to mistake the shadows we walk for the light we serve. The time may come when we will be tested as he was. I fear that time is coming soon.
Right, so you're getting a lot of backstory here that you need to pay attention to because it does explain a lot of the game and its mechanics as well. Keep watching. If you know about Assassin's Creed lore as well, we're filling some gaps for you. Here is Basim. Uh-oh. In which reality is this? Those of you who have played through the main story campaign already and got to the end, no spoilers in the comment section please. There may be viewers that have not seen this. Well, there is viewers who have not seen this.
Easy, Basim. Breathe.
It's such a good story.
Was it the Jinni again? And what did our friend want this time?
To strip the flesh from my bones? Dine on my innards? Never has much to say, yet it leaves its mark. I can still feel it crawling on my skin.
Hardly original. You should tell it as much.
Forget the Jinni for the moment. The day is new. There is work to be done. Derwish has left another contract.
Who for?
Ah.
Them again? We would make more money selling water to a camel.
Are the assassins earning currency right now?
Where is your sense of duty?
Duty does not fill our bellies.
No, but it does enrich the soul.
I will be outside.
Right, so this is Basim's humble beginnings in Baghdad right now. This is his home. You can have a look around his home as well. But before I just dive into gameplay, I'm going to press start and I'm going to change the difficulty. So I'm going to go to the menu here. There is a difficulty setting in this game. So I'm going to go to gameplay. And then in the gameplay, you should be able to change the difficulty. No, I'm already on hard difficulty. So there you go. I'm on hard difficulty. And hard difficulty reads... Choose from a variety of difficulty levels. This can be changed at any time. Current selection, hard. Enemy detection speed and searching time are increased. Pickpocketing is harder. Enemy damage and resistances are increased. for players who want to prove their skill with an increased challenge. And that is the hardest difficulty of the game right now. Now, not all Assassin's Creed games have a difficulty setting, but this one does. Nihal is talking to us, calling us out of our home. Right, let's go and have a look around Basim's home first, because there are some things that we can have a look at.
I told Nihal this would be impossible to sell when she stole it, but she could not resist. Wonder what it is about these ancient baubles that fascinates her so.
You said we have a contract. Let us honor it.
Yes, I am coming.
Now, to me, that may be a little bit of... I mean, there are some things that link to other Assassin's Creed franchises that we're yet to see. For example, Assassin's Creed Jade. There are a lot of Jade coins and such in this game.
It takes but a few simple tools to build the greatest of mosques. I hope you continue to share your wisdom, Father. Wherever you are.
Basim does not know where his father is. Now, that may allude to his DNA. Because as you know, in Assassin's Creed lore, there is Isu DNA running through a lot of the main characters of the games.
Cheap jewels and tarnished coins. The spoils of a rogue's life.
Now we've just picked up a Jade medallion, which is again alluding to Assassin's Creed Jade and the connection between Jade and this game. Not only does Jade have relics that are in this game that may be in that game, but there are also NPCs that are walking around and dealing in Baghdad. Pay attention to the game and you might see some connections. Let's pick up another one. An emerald ring. Now the emerald ring has a jade emerald in the middle of it because emerald is jade coloured. Just to pick out the wealth there. Basim is not the most wealthy of the assassins that we've had in the franchise so far. He's definitely the most destitute out of all that I've experienced. I mean, you can count Altair, but you know, he's adopted into a home and stuff already. He's already a master assassin.
Casts a long shadow.
Let us not keep Darwish waiting. I cannot bear another lecture.
These contracts. It is quite a few Darwish has pushed your way now.
He knows I will come through.
You have his trust. That much is clear. Do you suppose you have theirs? These shadowy types?
I should hope so by now.
Then they should show it. You take all the risk and they offer little in return.
They are liberators, Jihad, not merchants.
I know the stories. Still, the price of liberty should be enough to feed us.
Ah. Now, Nihal is actually, like, speaking on what I've just spoke on there. Now, we are in the province of Baghdad, 861 CE. Christ existed. Let's move forward. So you now have the time frame setting. Do some parkour. Your introduction to some of the parkour of the game. You first, Nihal. Now we're heading to a market.
About this contract, I do not want you to mistake my words for pestering. I am only looking out for you, Ya Sadiki.
It is no inconvenience to stand up to our oppressors as the hidden ones do.
Do you think yourself some hero of tomorrow? The next Gilgamesh?
No. I am merely the son of a public servant who dedicated his life to the betterment of his people. Only to be slighted and forgotten.
Now, Basim's been talking about his father quite a bit.
How honored you think I could reach such heights? I may just aim for them.
That is not at all what I said.
It is what I heard.
It is what I heard, Nihal.
Such crowds. Something important must be happening.
The Khalifa has been summoned to the Winter Palace. It is surely his wealthy retinue that drives this crowd.
The Winter Palace is a huge, important palace in this period of Baghdad. So we are going to get an introduction to that as well. Thieves in the night, maybe? Ringing any bells?
Perhaps they're in the mood to offer donations.
Ah, I see your meaning. A little sleight of hand to sharpen our wits.
If this contract will not feed us, the Khilafa might as well.
Right, so now we're going to get an introduction to pickpocketing and eagle vision. So eagle vision is a recurring mechanic, a recurring ability in Assassin's Creed. Now there is a slight difference in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You have Odin Sight, and Odin Sight is more of an animus pulse that lights the way with an eagle vision type of ability, whereas eagle vision, I shall show you that now.
Left his purse on the table. An easy one to begin with.
Left on the D-pad. You can see that allies are lighting up in blue. Keep note of that. And there is something in orange. Now, this eagle vision is slightly different to other eagle vision that we've had before. Some characters have different colours, and we've noticed that there are slight differences there. Basim's important information is in orange. That can be interacted with.
What's they?
Better leave before they notice.
Notice how Nihal's colour has now changed.
Come here! Ready yourself. I will pick them out.
A keen eye and an agile hand. A formidable duo.
Now the pickpocketing timing is going to be a lot faster and more difficult. It's going to be the most difficult it can be in the game because we're playing on hard difficulty.
There. The boisterous one. He must have something of value.
Nihal has already picked it out for me. Now you'll see what I mean by the speed of pickpocketing. Use eagle vision to find pouches you can loot for valuables. When in proximity, press the Y to pickpocket. Press Y again at the right time to pickpocket successfully and avoid getting caught. So there would be this diamond symbol that you need to press Y inside of. The white line is timing you. So you need to get the white line inside of that blue diamond and it will turn orange or gold when you're successful. Observe. I just about got that. I pressed it slightly too early.
Sneaky.
I was right on the edge.
And over there, by that stall.
This time let's use... There we go. The guards as well. If you notice, there are two guards. Some Khalifa. They light up in red, warning you of their presence. Just about again on the edge.
Well done. You truly are the master thief of Anbar.
Is that jealousy I hear?
Hardly, O great looter of purses.
Insufferable. Come, we are late to Derwishes.
Follow me, Nihal. We must go. Right, so we've had our introduction to pickpocketing. I'll clutch both of those then. We're going to go to Dervish now. So Dervish is one of the main characters in Assassin's Creed Mirage. You're about to learn who he is. We've been accepting contracts from him up until this point in Basim's story. We're about to learn some more. Now, of course, he might be on the wrong side of the law, hence why a thief is accepting thief contracts from him. Basim is sort of a Robin Hood character. He collects from the wealthy and gives to the poor.
I wonder what tales we will hear today.
And this
Most certainly.
is Basim's district. Right, let's talk to some of the children here.
Fehmi,
Basim, the Khalifa has arrived with his court. Have you seen them?
I have not. Though I did meet some of his merchants at the markets.
I saw them up close. Al-Mutawakkil is much, much larger than I had imagined. A towering man indeed.
Oh,
Of course. He gorges
so with Basim, look at this.
with the finest spices you and I can only hope to one day taste.
I heard whispers of an important visit, but I cannot say from whom. I am sworn to secrecy.
Let me guess. Hala, the palace guard's daughter.
What? How did you know?
I know where you really go when you say you are fetching water. She is kind,
Yeah.
friend to you. And maybe more someday.
Oh, Basim.
I am serious. She will keep you out of trouble.
You could use that. See you, Fahmi.
Femi, playing with the princess. You remind me of somebody. I wonder. Okay, there's more here.
Feel anything good today?
Amin, how are you?
Amin, how is your knee?
Much better, Basim. Wrapped it and rested a few days, like you said.
Good. So long as each day is better than the last and you take care not to extend yourself, you will recover fine.
Has this happened to you before? Is that why you know how to treat it?
I am no stranger to scrapes and bumps, but I have learned to prevent them. And so should you, if I may. Your sandals are worn and cannot grip the ground. Your knees are taking the brunt of your movements.
Ah, you need better sandals.
Something better. Something that fits. But that part is not so easy.
The most...
The sight of Basim's moving there, so I'm just going to move into a different position.
If you will not pass judgment...
Ha! Do not look to me. That will be between you and Allah, ya Sadiqi.
It doesn't matter what sandals you wear on your feet. Only God can judge you. That's basically what he just said. Okay, let's move in. Well, sort of.
Why. Here is the lazy boy. I'm waiting on you.
Someone has to plan our meals. Hold. Food. I would not flaunt that around the markets. Trust me.
Go to Zaida's. She uses lots of butter.
That she does.
You look weary.
Ni hao no Zaida?
It is nothing a little adventure will not fix. What do they need?
A shipping ledger at the harbor.
Okay.
It is worth nothing by itself, but the information it contains is valuable to them.
Interesting.
This is child's play. Do they not have anything more difficult? I can do more.
Never mind your ego. The Khalifa's guards are here in number.
You're getting some of the backstory now, we're diving in.
You worry for me more now than when we lived in Baghdad.
So we're not in central Baghdad right now. Some more information for you.
I'm too tired to hide it. Bring the ledger back here and do it swiftly.
Something important about this ledger.
Talked about my fee.
And we won't. Not until the deed is done. You know how they are.
Shocking.
Messenger.
And you are still an errand boy. You can do this one on your own.
So Nihal is appealing to Basim's need for coin right now. Let's read.
Of course they did.
One collector to another, friend Dervish. Oh, how the greatest beauty can be concealed by a meek facade. Priceless gems hide behind the plainest rock. Or the humblest shopfront. You see, I am a collector of the exquisite. And I hear you stock precious stones from Saradib. Emeralds and Khorassan. Pearls from the ocean of Seed? I would cherish such jewels forever. Name your price, and I will meet it. Right, so Dervish basically has set up shop here, where he's trading between him and other traders. And that is how he's getting the contracts with his communications that he has through his contacts. One of the contacts that he has, because he's obviously made a name for himself on the underground, is the Hidden Ones. Right, so we have more conversations we can have with the kids in this district here. Let's have a little conversation.
Muti'a, where has your smile run off to? What has happened?
I do not want to talk about it.
But I refuse to leave until you do. We need someone to offset the grouchy winds that billow from Darwish's quarters.
She seems taller.
Responsible for the clouds that hang above you.
He shouted at me.
I think she's
Be a
glitched.
harebrained miscreant.
She's
All
meant to
because
be
I
a lot
roused a
smaller.
few guards who were pesky.
She's kind of giant right now.
I would have done the same as you.
Do you think he will tell me to leave?
Muti'a, you do not know him as well as I.
Yeah,
So I will only say this. Darwish may appear rough, but he has a soft underbelly. He's only trying to protect you. Still, some retribution is in order.
She's supposed to be a lot smaller.
What can we do? What can we do? Tomorrow, when all is quiet, we will sit on a nearby rooftop and stone his walls while he tries to sleep.
A brilliant idea. See you later, Basim.
So she was upset, and then we come up with an idea to try and cheer her up, and it's about being mischievous and stoning Dervish's wall because Dervish shouted at her. He was trying to cheer her up. Now she has glitched. She's meant to be a lot smaller, but as you can see right now, if like Basim's like 6 foot or 5 reaching 6 foot, then that would make her almost reaching 7 foot. Like, so she's she's kind of glitched there. She's taller than an adult.
Did they say anything else about the ledger, or why they want it?
Not sure on Basim's height, to be honest.
They tell me, Basim. As always, it's just enough. Why are you asking?
Huh? I would like to know just what it is I am contributing to.
You have done much in the way of facilitating their endeavors. And so I will speak a word on your behalf. My one caution, and I have been doing this long enough to share it, anyone who works
get a good angle.
shadows does so only because they must. In the face of looming danger, for example, by working alongside them, we have invited the danger to our door. And we must be very careful not to let it in.
Not to let it in. Keep everybody safe. I'm going to use Eagle Vision here because I haven't used Eagle Vision in this location. There are a few things that I can interact with, not too much. But if I lost any health, there's some food there. Health does restore. Food does restore health.
This is no contract. It is a favor. I do not work for scraps.
There was also these little baskets where we can collect some money and trinkets, like peacock feathers. I'm not going to steal off this person, I just realised what I was doing there. Right, let's talk to Nihal before we head out.
Your feet, will you?
I do not wish for you to be upset. I took the contract, so I will see it through.
Not upset, Basim. I simply cannot understand why you overlook your own interests to serve theirs. You owe nothing to anyone but yourself. Remember that.
Nihal is upset that we are now working slightly indirectly for the Hidden Ones, who were later to be known as the Assassins. Right, so we're about to get some gameplay underway in terms of interacting with the enemies. I'll show you how that works.
What was the final tally of what we received?
Stealth
16 crates.
will be needed.
1 chest, half a dozen satchels. Only 3 crates remain last time I checked the ledger.
Give their handlers until tomorrow evening. If they don't show by then, we must assume they've forgotten about their wares. Open them up. Keep whatever catches our eyes. Dump the rest.
We've had our introduction to parkour, pickpocketing. Now it's time for stealth. Detection. Guards will become suspicious and investigate if they spot you in a restricted area. Press B to crouch and tall vegetation to become harder to detect. Eliminating enemies. While undetected, eliminate enemies to avoid entering open conflict. Press RB to knock out an enemy before they detect you and alert nearby enemies. Notice that we went for a knockout and not an assassination.
I will have to flee. Good thing I can outrun these sagging guards.
Basim is still a street thief and not yet an assassin. We have not yet met the Hidden Ones. Let's continue here. And I'll show you some stealth. There is no grass to hide there. I'm just going to knock him out clearly. And I'm also going to hide the evidence so that it doesn't alert any nearby enemies. Now there are a few things that I can do when I'm carrying this guy. I can place with Y, but I can also aim with LT and then throw with RT. Notice how the civilians have also taken notice, because they were there to be able to see. Sometimes they can alert enemies. We are playing on hard difficulty. You need to take note of that. Let's get a little bit higher. The place we need to get inside is right here, but we need a key. I need to go to the door so that Basim notices that we need a key, and he'll give a voice line.
Locked. A minor delay.
Now using Eagle Vision, if I press left on the D-pad again, Not only can we find the status of enemies around us, items around us, hidden spots. Well, hidden spots aren't actually lit up except for those ones up above. Those different types of hidden spots, but you will be able to find somebody that has an item of importance. For example, right now we're going to find somebody who has a key. Now you can see the door is important. As I said, important things light up. It's like a yellowy orangey gold, sort of gold. We're looking for a key bearer. Who has the key? The key holder. Let's keep moving. Ah, now you've just heard that. It means that it's been spotted in the radius of my eagle vision. So right here you can see this person has an orange key over their head. This is the key bearer, the person who has the key to the door that we need to open. Now I'm going to take out a lot of these enemies now to show you some stealth. When I stand tall, I'm not light-footed, and enemies will be able to hear me in their proximity.
The weather's nice at least.
Hence why sometimes, most of the time, you have to crouch. Sometimes enemies will have items on them. I can press Y to collect the item. This person had dirham 5, the currency. Also, I'd like to show you something else if I use Eagle Vision again. You can see the enemy's line of sight. So right here, this enemy that I'm looking at has a line of sight, the direction of which he's looking, and you can see a sort of radius when he's looking and moving his head. When you walk into that radius, he will notice you and the detection system will begin. So of course, getting in the line of sight of an enemy is going to get you detected if you stay there too long. Avoid the sight of the enemies when you're trying to be stealth. There is also the whistle, and I'll show you that right now. So as you can see, I'm inside of a haystack. It says, whistling, stealthily taking down opponents one at a time can be the best course of action. When hidden, distract them by using whistle, which is right on the D-pad. If I press right on the D-pad now, I will whistle. And because an enemy close by heard that whistle, he's going to investigate. He doesn't know that I'm in the hiding spot, but he might investigate the hiding spot. Here we go. Taking him out without being noticed. Now I do need to mind my surroundings because there are some enemies who might catch me in their line of sight. Here is the key bearer. Let's keep moving. Staying crouched, staying out of sight. See right here, if you notice, as I walked into the building, at the top of the screen you can see a white light. That white light on the edge of the screen is pinpointing where an enemy is actually positioned. So if I'm careful enough and smart enough, I can plan ahead when using stealth. Now he's going to make a move. There is also a hiding spot at the top. I don't usually use this hiding spot. I'm going to wait until he changes his line of sight where he cannot see me. Basim is just perched in the right position. Just going to wait for this enemy to move out of position. Looks like the whistle did not work this time. Let's just take him out. The whistle wasn't close enough. And instead of pickpocketing, I'm just going to knock him out, and then you can take the item. There's also a lantern here. Now you can light lanterns. I don't have my I haven't got far enough into the game to call out a lantern yet. But there are also barred doors. So these barred doors and windows, you can unbar them and it will open up a new way to either get in or outside of this building. Now there is something similar in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which you can also interact with when you're trying to infiltrate a fort and enemy locations. We're now outdoors with the key. Now notice there is an enemy below me. I can take out that enemy if I wanted to. Why not? Remove the evidence. Let's give him a throw. I was rewarded for my efforts there. Right, so we're going to go inside to collect the ledger for the Hidden One's contract. That dervish.
That may be what I'm looking for.
Right, so there is the ledger. I'm also going to collect a few more things here.
I wonder what secrets this ledger holds. Maybe I can get the old grouser Derwish to squeeze a hint out of our contact.
Now, usually, later on in the game, when you're collecting items, you will have an inventory which you can open up and have a look at that item to read to get more information. In this point in the game, in the beginning of the game, you cannot do that. That is purposely done, very well done, may I add, because that ledger is important
Still in one piece, I see.
It was all too
the next part of the story.
How the stench of pride seeps from your pores.
The unknown, it's meant to invite that curiosity as to why the Hidden Ones want it so badly. Let's move forward.
We could use some eyes around the city.
I'll see what I can do.
She looks important. You should haggle for a better fee.
Ah, Basim, what timing? Did you get it?
Without a fuss.
Give it here.
You are one of them.
There. It looks as though it was delivered this morning.
You're certain it is the chest you seek?
I am certain. Pay the boy.
Right, so we've met Roshan now.
Stolen? I am your man. Derwish can attest. He has given me all your contracts.
Then you have done your part.
I can do more.
2 of my best men died in this pursuit. I doubt a street thief would fare much better.
Then let me join you. You have 2 openings.
Basim is very optimistic at this point.
We should take half this beef with that insult.
Thank you, Derwish.
Listen here, Basim. You want to keep working for me? You keep your head down and your mouth shut.
Dervish is more worried than anything. So we have met Roshan, Shrey,
Embarrass yourself like that.
Agadashlu.
Like a beggar. Desperate for them to notice you.
Desperate? Nihal, I am good at what I do. That woman would be lucky to have me.
Notice the children behind him.
Want you. You are a street thief with dirty feet. So why bother? Why keep pushing yourself down this path?
Because being a street thief is not the peak of my ambition. I have more to offer this world than my nimble fingers. They just cannot see it yet.
Close.
Almost, Jasip. What is this?
Aha! This is my latest creation. It helps me fend off angry merchants when they... catch me digging around their wares.
I will consider myself spared.
With slingshot.
You smell foul. What is that?
We have been fishing at the harbor since morning.